Welcome to our channel. Are you ready to witness the brutal power of nature? From severe floods and harsh storms to the most horrifying disasters, everything will be here. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos. Like, share, and comment to explore together. Let's get started. The apocalypse is approaching. The sky is filled with thick, swirling black clouds, as if it wants to swallow everything. A suffocating chaos of nature is about to erupt. Lightning tore through the sky. A blinding light flared up and then faded, leaving a thick darkness enveloping everything. A heart-stopping moment, both terrifying and mesmerizing. The terrible devastation. Fragments of houses were torn apart, flying in the storm. A feeling of helplessness and pain surged as I witnessed everything being destroyed. The raging storm has arrived and shattered everything. All objects were swept away, leaving nothing intact. Ruined ruins. The structure has been torn apart. The scaffolding has collapsed. A tragic scene in the fury of nature. A desolate scene. The bare buildings, all swept away by the terrible wind. Everything is submerged in an uncontrollable storm. The destructive power is unstoppable. The floodwaters are surging. The streets have turned into a vast sea, and the water seems to want to swallow everything. The floodwaters are surging. The streets have turned into a vast sea, and the water seems to want to swallow everything. The storm swept through, leaving behind unimaginable devastation. The ruins and pain still linger. Hail fell like a disaster from the sky. The ground was covered with cold stones, a scene that looked like it came from hell. The water surged violently, submerging the cars in despair. The scene looked like it came straight from hell. The small figures struggle in the rain, like fragile souls amidst an endless storm. The waterfall crashes thunderously. The frenzied sound echoes everywhere. The power of nature exceeds all imagination. Trees are broken and fallen, lying flat on the ground. What was once vibrant is now left with only painful devastation. The streets have turned into rivers. The tall buildings are hidden in the thick rain. Everything feels strange and frightening. The fog and pouring rain turn everything into a hazy, desolate scene. The world now seems to be submerged in endless chaos. It's raining heavily. Everything in front of me is now just a blur, indistinct. The raging waters rushed in, smashing each car to pieces. Nothing could stop it. Cây cối bật gốc, mái nhà bị cuốn phăng. Sức mạnh của cơn bão như không thể cưỡng lại. Floods have submerged everything. The streets are cut off, and traffic is completely paralyzed. Everything was swept away by the fierce wrath of nature. Nothing could withstand it. The devastated scene unfolded like a hellish painting. Debris, branches, and crushed belongings lay scattered in a tragic mess. Pain, loss, and despair enveloped everything. From above, the entire city is submerged in a vast sea of water. The houses and shops resemble tiny boats drifting hopelessly in the murky water, isolated amidst the fury of nature. A scene of terrible destruction. The cars are crushed and twisted, scattered like the wreckage of a sunken ship. Everything now remains a pile of shattered ruins. A dilapidated, ruined house. What remains is a pile of debris, along with a hastily written plea on a broken wall. The cry for help echoes in despair. The wind and water have teamed up to wreak havoc. The cars are now just chunks of metal submerged deep in the murky water, lost amidst the flood. The murky water relentlessly destroys. A wall shatters with a painful cracking sound. Everything disappears into desolation, swept away, crushed, or completely destroyed. Nature's fury leaves nothing behind. The rushing water surged like an uncontrollable monster, swallowing everything in its path. The terrifying power of the current sent shivers down one's spine, as if the worst nightmare had come to life. The heavy rain shrouded everything, turning a vast area into a desolate ruin. Traffic is completely paralyzed. The cars are submerged, hopeless like tiny fragments in the cold sea of water. The road that was once bustling with traffic has now turned into a vast, raging river. Life seems to have been submerged in the fierce waters. Nature is furious. The fierce waters sweep away everything without mercy. Every effort to resist becomes meaningless in the face of its terrifying power. Everything is submerged. All that remains is the moaning of the storm and a deadly silence. The destruction spreads like an endless nightmare. Nothing escapes the fury of nature. A scene of desolation, devastation, and sorrow. A place that was once vibrant is now just a fading memory.